you glorious child of God. Welcome to Bible Bedtime, Season 5, Episode 230. I am your host, Dana, and in this podcast, I read a full chapter of the Bible in a way that I hope will help you fall asleep in heavenly peace. In this Season 5, we are first reading through the 5th book of the Old Testament, Deuteronomy, and the 5th book of the New Testament, Acts. After reading the full chapter, I will read a chapter from the book of Psalm and finish with the Lord's Prayer. If you'd like to support this ad-free podcast with a love offering, we are on Venmo. You can enter at Bible Bedtime or search for Bible Bedtime Podcast. And all of the links are in the show description. There's never an expectation of a gift, but your investments, your blessings do help me with offsetting the costs of this ministry. Now, if you'd like to reach out to me or to the Bible Bedtime community, you can send me an email at BibleBedtimePodcast@gmail.com, or you can join our Facebook group. It warms my heart tremendously when I see someone who has written an email or a Facebook message. And here's why. You're listening to this podcast because you are ready to fall asleep and stop thinking about all of those things you need to do and get done. The time has passed for you to remember everyone you should communicate with, or things to sign up for, or gifts to give. And yet, so many of you do remember the next day to reach out. And that is so touching for me. Thank you. Now, I hope that your day has been wonderful in every way. I hope that you are settling down and experiencing the kind of exhaustion that is your body, your brain, and your soul and your spirit telling you you have done enough today. And now it's time to rest. Now, no matter what kind of day you had, your body is probably sending you that same message. Here is some good news for you. You are not required to do anything else right now except close your eyes. Continue breathing and just allow yourself to relax. God is going to take care of the rest. He has designed your body to keep going even when you're not making an effort. Your heart will keep beating. All of the lymphatic system, complex systems going on in your body, they are still working. You don't have to think about it, or invest in it, or concentrate on it. And just like your nervous system and your cardiovascular system and every other system, whose name I can't remember, continues, your brain also wants to continue working. And it does continue, even while you're asleep. It's doing its job. But unlike the rest of your day, it doesn't need your conscious help anymore. It knows what to do. You just need to let it. If you have ever helped a child learn to ride a bicycle, or if you've ever been a child who learned to ride a bicycle, or even watched someone teach a child to bicycle, you know that the adult has to hold on tight and just get the bike going, and eventually the child or the learner catches on and the helper can let go, and the bike just keeps going perfectly. And that's all you need to do with your brain. Let yourself know that you can do this. Force yourself, hold yourself as you settle down. And once you have settled down, you can let yourself go and know that you will continue to relax. Now, if you'd like to, you can take 3 deep breaths with me. 1, 2, and 3. Deuteronomy 15. At the end of every 7 years, you must cancel debts. This is how it is to be done. Every creditor shall cancel the loan he has made to his fellow Israelite. He shall not require payment from his fellow Israelite or brother, because the Lord's time for canceling debts has been proclaimed. You may require payment from a foreigner, but you must cancel any debt your brother owes you. However, there should be no poor among you, for in the land the Lord your God is giving you to possess as your inheritance, He will richly bless you if only you fully obey the Lord your God and are careful to follow all these commands I am giving you today. For the Lord your God will bless you as He has promised, and you will lend to many nations, but borrow from none. You will rule over many nations, but none will rule over you. If there is a poor man among your brothers in any of the towns of the land that the Lord your God is giving you, do not be hard-hearted or tight-fisted toward your poor brother. Rather be open-handed and freely lend him whatever he needs. Be careful not to harbor this wicked thought. The 7th year, the year for canceling debts, is near, so that you do not show ill will toward your needy brother and give him nothing. He may then appeal to the Lord against you, and you will be found guilty of sin. Give generously to him, and do so without a grudging heart. Then because of this, the Lord your God will bless you in all your work and in everything you put your hand to. There will always be poor people in the land. Therefore, I command you to be open-handed toward your brothers and toward the poor and needy in your land. If a fellow Hebrew, a man or a woman, sells himself to you and serves you 6 years, in the 7th year you must let him go free. And when you release him, do not send him away empty-handed. Supply him liberally from your flock, your threshing floor, and your winepress. Give to him as the Lord your God has blessed you. Remember that you were slaves in Egypt, and the Lord your God redeemed you. That is why I give you this command today. But if your servant says to you, I do not want to leave you, because he loves you and your family and is well off with you, then take an awl and push it through his earlobe into the door, and he will become your servant for life. Do the same for your maidservant. Do not consider it a hardship to set your servant free, because his service to you these 6 years has been worth twice as much as that of a hired hand. And the Lord your God will bless you in everything you do. Set apart for the Lord your God every firstborn male of your herds and flocks. Do not put the firstborn of your oxen to work, and do not shear the firstborn of your sheep. Each year you and your family are to eat them in the presence of the Lord your God at the place he will choose. If an animal has a defect, is lame or blind, or has any serious flaw, you must not sacrifice it to the Lord your God. You are to eat it in your own towns. Both the ceremonially unclean and the clean may eat it, as if it were gazelle or deer. But you must not eat the blood. Pour it out on the ground like water. Psalm 7. A Shiggaion of David. which he sang to the Lord concerning Cush, a Benjamite. O Lord my God, I take refuge in you. Save and deliver me from all who pursue me, or they will tear me like a lion and rip me to pieces, with no one to rescue me. O Lord my God, if I have done this and there is guilt on my hands, if I have done evil to him who is at peace with me, or without cause have robbed my foe, then let my enemy pursue and overtake me. Let him trample my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Selah. Arise, O Lord, in your anger. Rise up against the rage of my enemies. Awake, my God, decree justice. Let the assembled peoples gather around you. Rule over them from on high. Let the Lord judge the peoples. Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness, according to my integrity, O Most High. O righteous God, who searches minds and hearts, bring an end to the violence of the wicked and make the righteous secure. My shield is God Most High, who saves the upright in heart. God is a righteous judge, a God who expresses his wrath every day. If he does not relent, he will sharpen his sword. He will bend and string his bow. He has prepared his deadly weapons. He makes ready his flaming arrows. He who is pregnant with evil and conceives trouble gives birth to disillusionment. He who digs a hole and scoops it out falls into the pit he has made. The trouble he causes recoils on himself. His violence comes down on his own head. I will give thanks to the Lord because of his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. And now, we'll close this evening with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Now it's time to fall into a deep and peaceful sleep. Sweet dreams.